Cascamite powdered resin wood glue, is it any good? Well, you see, somebody commented on one of my videos where I showed you how to mix Cascamite powdered resin wood glue. He said, it ain't any good. Well, I have to humbly disagree. But I understand why the commenter made that comment. You see, in the olden days, when I was first introduced to Cascamite, it was being made by Humbrol. And Humbrol, oh well, it collapsed. Now, Humbrol used to make airfix kits and all sorts of stuff, you know, plastic models and that, but also Cascamite powdered resin wood glue. And it was really good stuff. Now, after its collapse, Polyvine took it over. Now, Polyvine has had it for numerous years, and it's gone through reformulation, and reformulation. But you see, the original formula, the Humbrol formula, was lost. So unfortunately, we don't know what the exact formula that should be anymore. In fact, it might no longer be even viable. Maybe it's no longer legal. Maybe there's something in it that is considered potentially dangerous. Well, you could argue that some of the ingredients in most wood glues are pretty and dangerous, really, after all. But you see, it's gone through a further change. Now, during the pandemic, I contacted Polyvine while they still had Cascamite powdered resin wood glue. And that was after I bought my last sack from Polyvine. And this has the Polyvine logo at the bottom. I would say avoid any Cascamite offered to you with the Polyvine logo for two reasons. One is they changed the formula again, and the other reason is, well, it'd be blooming old. You don't want old Cascamite. So this bag here is sort of relegated for filler now. So I contacted Polyvine during the pandemic, and a young lady there got back to me. I'm not going to say her name, but anyway, she got back to me after my query, and she said we had to change one of the raw materials due to a world shortage. Whether that's true or not, we don't know, but I'm going to assume it is true because a lot of stuff was going on at that time. And we have now been able to source the raw materials, so it will be changing back to how it was later this year. Well, unfortunately for them, they lost all reputation. There goes my compressor. They lost all reputation for the product because that stuff is useless. Now, it was useless the day I bought it. So why they were sending it out like that, I do not know. Quality control was obviously not a concern, just the sales were. Anyway, it got taken over by another company called Eureka Glues. So they got in contact with me and asked me, because I already had videos online, how to mix Cascamite and talking about Cascamite powdered resin wood glue. Don't worry, that compressor will go off in a second. And there you go. And anyway, they asked me if I'd be interested to test it again, because obviously I was saying it's useless. Well, it's not anymore. It's actually very good. And I would say it's better than it was when Polyvine had hold of it. Unfortunately, they don't have the original Humbrol formula, but I would say it's pretty darn close. Now, I've got a message, because I asked Eureka Glues about this, and they got back to me, so I just have to quickly find it. And they said to me that, well, they basically informed me they could no longer get or find the original formula. That got lost when Humbrol went under, when it collapsed. So Richard, okay, let me up. Here we go, that is the one. Okay, now he got back to me, a guy at Eureka Glues, Richard Nunn, very nice people down there, I'll tell you. And I'm obviously quite happy because they keep sending me glue. And also jelly beans. I kid you not. Yeah, jelly beans. So anyway, Richard got back to me and said, thank you very much for the promotion of blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not really a promotion. It's a glue that I've used for decades, absolutely decades, because, you know, doing boat building and stuff like that, laminate and what have you, it was my go-to glue. I loved the stuff. Unfortunately, Polyvine, yeah, ruined my faith in it. So I ended up going back to other types of glues, you know, yellow glues and 2-packs and stuff like that. Now, it did say it's nice to have an excellent influencer to work with. I don't know about that. Anyway, regarding the current Cascamite one-shot formulation, which is what this is, as you can see, it has the Eureka Glues logo on the bottom. The original blend is now long gone, following the collapse of Humbrol, and as a result, there was no formulation they could actually go back to. So what they did was, they said that, you know, that the Polyvine formulation has caused bonding issues in the trade. You ain't a kidding. I mean, it was diabolical. And you could tell, because as soon as you mix it, it never was that creamy yellowy coloured. It was always like a weird white pasty colour, and almost like flour. It was like whatever they put in there, it just wasn't, it was never going to do the job. It was terrible. It didn't even spread properly. So anyway, they had to source a new formulation. So this isn't the original Humbrol formulation. So if that's what you're looking for, you're not going to find it. You just aren't. So they had to look for a new formulation, which is what they did. And they worked with their suppliers to adjust the existing one-shot blend that has been used in the industry for an excess of 25 years to their own specification regarding Eureka glues. And bonding trials for the new formulation matched the one shot that we were used to, as in Humbrol. So I would actually say yes, they're pretty darn close. I really would. To be fair, you know, over the years you tend to have like a bit of a dreamy opinion of stuff in the past anyway, don't you? And I would say this is pretty, I'm really pleased with it. All right. So this one is by Eureka Glues, the name that sticks. And it's the logo has actually changed actually. Whether it was a good thing or not, I don't know. The packaging's changed very, very slightly. Before it had the black and yellow logo on, which I think they should have kept with that actually, because it makes it a bit of eye catch. And you know, when you want to define between Eureka Glues and Polyvine, it makes it easier to distinguish between the two, because that's an obvious logo. Allow me to. There you are. You see a little black logo on there, Eureka Glues on it. I think they need to make a point of that. But there you go. That's I'm no marketer, but yeah. So I was pleasantly surprised, and they got back to me as well when I asked them the questions. To be fair to Polyvine, they got back to me, and it seemed like they've been pretty darn honest, really. But unfortunately, the reputation was gone at that point. For me and many other woodworkers out there, they abandoned the Cascamite. Now, what we need to do is try and reintroduce this into people's woodworking, because it is really good glue, and it's waterproof. It's not waterproof. There's no such thing as waterproof glue. Let's get that straight. Water resistance is its capability is very, very good. Its resistance is very, very high. It's a resin after all, you see, and it's a resin that hardens, a water hardening resin, very similar to the resins that are used, like for instance, in the plaster casts. You know, when they wrap the bandage around your leg after they pull it out of a bucket, they wrap it around your leg and yeah, it's water hardening resins. So, word of warning: avoid any that have the Polyvine logo. Make sure it's got the Eureka logo, whether it's the black and yellow one. Okay, if it's the black and yellow one, if they haven't gone back again, it'll be slightly older than obviously the newer packaging, which has the yellow logo, the more the mustard sort of, well, it's just white on the background. I would have liked to see that a bit bigger, make more point, just, yeah, like I said. But anyway, give it a go. It's definitely worth a go. And you get samples and what have you from Eureka Glues in Wales. I think they're still in Wales. Anyway, have a go with it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And if you want me to make any more videos regarding mixing the stuff, I'm happy to do it, because I do it the other way round. Okay? The instructions basically state that you add the powder to the water. I do it the other way around. I create a paste first, so I mix it thick. So it's just about absorbing the water, and I keep on mixing, and I just gently add drip by drip by drip a little bit of water as I go, and it seems to work every time for me. And I get all the constituency to suit. If I've got general elections on the brain. Anyway. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please click the like button. And have you had any experience of using Cascamite, but also, or any of your formaldehyde glues? Maybe there's another brand that you know of. Please leave in the comments down below. But also, what other glues do you use? What is your favourite wood glue? Is it Type Bond, Gorilla Glues, just, I don't know, D3, D2, D4? You name it. Don't bother with D1s, waste time. Anyway, it's time for me to go to say toodaloo, you know. Please big old like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, and a little bell icon, because then you get one fuzz thing in your pocket every time I upload another video. Toodaloo.